La 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 la. I just came from a suit, jewelry, everything, threw my shirt, but this like a t-shirt back on. I'm like, I don't need to be in a skirt and a suit to do this podcast. I can
No, not for this podcast. This podcast is very like low key.
yeah.
We just kind of do our thing.
I don't need to be in business clothes. So
No, and not even business casual.
yeah, I'm not. I mean, shorts and a t-shirt, and I'm much happier this way. And no,
Casual.
feels are for the devil. I don't know who created feels. That's very terrible. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Disney with the Ducks. Today, you've got me, Jodie B, and the one, the only, the world traveler, Lonnie G. Welcome back.
Aloha.
Aloha, and that's a hint to where Lonnie G was. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We are going to hear a little bit about a fun little trip that Lonnie G had. But before we do that, we just want to remind you all, please go out and if you're so inclined to give us a 5-star review, because we all know Lonnie G is everybody's favorite duck and he wants to feel the love. So please give him the love. And while you're at it, join our Facebook group. We want to give you love. We want to talk to you. We want to hear what's going on in your world. We want to engage with you and find out what's happening. So please come to our Facebook group, join our group, and we're a lot of fun. I think we're nice most of the time.
Most of the time. I mean, as long as Jean's not here, we're nice.
Yeah.
We haven't had a review in a long time. I'll just be happy if somebody put like hello on a review.
Yeah.
I'll be happy with that way, right? Just say something.
I mean, nothing's ever going to top John Kroll as my dad as our best review, because that's the best review ever. That
is the top review. I mean, look, if you had 10 people in the room, it's a 50% chance John Kroll is your dad.
Anyway, also go out. We've got some Instagram posts that we've been doing, so head over to our Instagram posts. We had some fun updates from Food and Wine, Flower and Garden, whatever the last festival was.
Flower, Garden, and Butterflies.
And butterflies. Don't forget those butterflies. So anyway, just come hang out with us. We'd love to engage with you and see what's going on in your world. So that's all the housekeeping stuff. All right, let's get into the fun part. Lonnie G.
Yes.
It is the last day of March, 2026. But you just got back from a pretty amazing adventure. Where were you?
I was in Hawaii, actually, for 7 days.
7 days in Hawaii. Not a bad pick. In particular, after the winter that most of us have had, including you. You even got some bad weather, and that's not normal for you. So
got some bad weather here. It snowed. It was cold. And we just we're packing up and we're going.
Not a bad plan. Not a bad plan. So you spent the first part of your trip where? On what island and what part?
Oh, okay. So yeah, I spent it in Waikiki actually. So stayed out there at the they don't sponsor us, but at the Marriott Beach Resort, whatever. So we go there. Yeah. If they want to send us anything, we'll take it. So stayed over there, and I actually scheduled to stay there the whole time. It's funny how it happened, but I was just like we're out eating one night, and I just pulled up the app and and looked in Waze because we were driving around, and I said, let me see how far Aulani is from here, and it was like, boom, 35 minutes. And I was like, 35 minutes. I need to drive over to see it because Jodie B loves Aulani, right? So I'm just gonna drive over there to see it, right? So drove over. I got over the hill, the skies opened up, light was shining on it, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. So went back to the hotel and got on the DVC app, our website, and said,
Lonnie G.
The website. Get on the web. And in Disney, we do not want an app because we know how you guys are on apps. If you're listening to Disney. So went back to the room and said, you know what? Let me see if they have any rooms available. And I was able to score a Thursday night.
And so you were there. You got to Hawaii on a
Friday.
Friday. So this is so
Mhm.
it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Now you're looking at Thursday night. You're like, okay, let's just mix it up. Let's leave the Marriott and go over to Aulani.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah. I tried to get more days, but it's spring break weekend, a week
mhm,
I should say. So a lot of people, Aulani was packed, right? So I got on the app. I'm sorry, the website, and I was like, oh, I was able to score one night, but I tried to wait list some more nights. And here's the interesting thing: you can't do a wait list when you're within the 7 days, right? So I called BBC, of course, and it was like, hey, I wanted to do a wait list. I want to go to Aulani as many days as possible. And they're like, well, you're within 7 days, you can't wait list. But what we can do is we're going to suggest that you do is just go back and keep checking the app because you never know what'll happen. Oh, I keep saying the app. Keep checking the website because you never know what'll happen. I was like, all right, then good deal. I'll just keep doing it. And I had to wake up at 5 in the morning to get on the meeting, the whole time difference thing, right? So I'm on the meeting at 5. The meeting ended. I was like, oh, before I, get up and get going and go into the gym, let me check on the website. And they had another day popped up. So Wednesday popped up. So I was
that's
like,
great.
hey, so I hurry up and I snatched that, and that was it. So I was able to get Wednesday, Thursday.
And
And, and
so were they separate reservations? Were they able to merge them together?
ah, very good question. There were separate reservations, and there were two different room categories. So
Oh,
I called BBC, got a very helpful BBC representative, and she says, "Well, they got two different, but see, there is a because the one I got on that Wednesday night was an upgraded room." She says, "I see there is a upgraded Thursday. It'll be more points, but I can put you in the same room, merge your reservations, but it's going to be more points because you'll have the upgraded room." And I'm like, "Say no more. Just give me the upgraded room." And she's like, "Well, okay." But what's going to happen is, she says, I can drop your Thursday night and try to swoop it up, or I can borrow points and book the room, and then we can cancel the other room, and it's within 7 days, but we won't put them in holding because I'm the one that's doing it. I was like, wow, so you can do that? And she said, yes. So I didn't know BBC can actually do that. And she did. So she booked the other room with some additional points, and then she merged them, and then I can see on the apps. I mean, the app. I can see on the website. I'm following along, and it showed that the points were in holding. And then she said, "Hold on," and she got on the phone with somebody, and bada boom, bada bing, those points disappeared from holding and went back into my account.
that's
And
amazing. That just goes to show you you had a really good experience with a cast member who wanted to make
mm-hmm.
it work for you. And
Oh yeah,
I'm a big believer. You put kind out, kind comes back to you. You're a kind person. You put kind out, and kind came back to you. So glad it all worked out because I was curious how that was all going to work.
yeah.
That's great.
So I didn't have to move rooms. We liked our room. It was on a 20th floor, 12th floor. All was good.
And which tower were you in? Do you remember?
Okay, so when you walk in, it's the one to the left. So it's not the one where the DVC lounge is. It's the other one. What tower is that? You would know more than I.
The female one, the EWA one? Like, were you farther from the Seasons or closer to it?
I was further from the Four Seasons.
Yeah, that's the one we were in. So you were in the female side of the building, which
Yes.
where we were.
Well,
That's great.
there you go.
Okay, so a couple of questions.
Yes.
Have you ever been to Aulani before?
No, this was my first time going to Aulani.
Okay, so
I
you
will tell you, it won't be my last.
I hear you. It's pretty
Mhm.
amazing. So you drove over there that first time. Did you actually get out and explore the grounds?
We did not actually because we were on our way to dinner. So drove over there, just drove around a little bit in the area, and then just head back to dinner.
Okay, great.
Because I said I'm going back there in another day or so.
So your first time stepping in, you get this last minute reservation. So what day was this that you got this reservation? So you were checking in now on a Wednesday. What day did all this go down?
So me booking the room was on a Monday, and I got my second room on a Tuesday. And yes, we checked in on
Wow.
Wednesday. So So
Okay,
yeah,
so yeah, this is very last minute. Like this is not normal for DVC at all. This is kind of
not
crazy.
not at Aulani and not during that week because the beaches were packed. Not at Aulani, but where we were. And remember this as well. So there was just, and you have to really pray for the people of Hawaii, a really bad flood going on during that time. It
Yeah,
was on the
yeah.
other side of the island, but it impacted our side as well because it rained and the streets were flooded, and at certain times, and the Marriott lost power. Yeah, for like 30 minutes, and if they lost power a minute earlier, I'd have been stuck in the elevator, and that's when I was on the 24th floor on that hotel. So luckily, I got off the elevator. I had some friends that were behind me, and one of them did get stuck on the elevator, and the firefighters had to come get her off.
No, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I'm glad that you were. I'm glad that you were not on the elevator. I'm sorry that she was, and I hope that she is not scarred for life from that because I may have been. So, um, well, so you made it over to a lot. So then Wednesday was the day that you drove back over there, and you were like, "Now we're here. Now we're checking in."
And now we're here. We can relax, because just when you walk in, you know it. We stopped at the front, grabbed some fruit infused water that they have out there. Right, you hear the music playing. You walk in, you smell the smells, all the smells. When you walk in, it's perfect. I mean, the weather was great. You're looking straight through out toward the pool and the ocean. It's just that it's just that awesome.
It is that entryway. I can't even explain it. It's grand like wilderness lodge, but it's detailed and intimate like Animal Kingdom Lodge, but it's so culturally correct because they really worked with all the people of Hawaii to create that space. It's really just a stunning, I don't want to even call it an atrium. It needs a bigger word than that. Lobby. That grand hall entryway is just absolutely amazing. And I actually did a tour that explained all the stuff around there. That was quite phenomenal. But it is a really awesome space. And you're right. You walk in and you just look straight across, and you're like, there's the pools, and there's the ocean, and here
Yeah,
we are. And now we're
yeah.
at a
Joe Rody, he's just the man, right? I
yeah,
mean, I know that was a passion project for him. He talked about it on some interviews, and it lives up to the hype. It
it
really does.
does.
I mean, so
It
we
does.
walked in, and like I said, luckily, it didn't rain. None of the days were there. Just sunshine, and they had everything open. You had that breeze coming through from the front to the back. And as soon as we walked through out to the pool, we looked down, and it's Mickey and Minnie. They were strolling around. So we were like, home. We're
You're
home.
welcome back. Okay, so what time did you arrive? Do you remember?
Yeah. So I arrived at 1 o'clock. Unfortunately, my room was not ready.
Okay. Well,
Right.
it's supposed to be up by 4 o'clock, so you had a little bit of time. So
Yeah. And
left
I
your
did have
luggage.
it by 4 for the record. I think it's like 3:45. I got the text.
Okay. I mean, they got you out at the last minute, so I'm not surprised your room wasn't ready early. So
Yeah.
okay, so you can leave your luggage and go enjoy the property because you're technically a guest for that day. So what did you guys do that first day besides see Mickey and Minnie?
Okay. So first thing we did, we kind of walked in, walked around, and then we went to Off the Hook, which is right by the pool as you go down. But as soon as we went down, of course, the first person we ran into by that time, because we walked around the lobby a little bit, walked to the store, and then we went down. It was Goofy and Max in their Hawaiian gear. So they walked by. I got gave the little high five to Goofy, give the pound to Max, and then we walked around the pool a little bit. Kind of establish what was the adult section of the adult pool compared to the adult hot tub, to the kids ones and all that, the lazy river, and then we went over to Off the Hook and just grabbed something to eat.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Great place to just grab a quick bite and, take in the grounds, try to explore everything. Then what did you guys do?
Well, before I say, I'm gonna tell you this though. You would like this because my wife got the Cobb salad, and I was like, I don't understand why we over here. Now I got the crab cake BLT, but she got the Cobb salad, and she loved it. So there you
Well,
go.
I mean, she's a brilliant woman, Lonnie. We all know this. Women who eat salads are known to be brilliant women. So,
Mm-hmm.
got to give her
Well,
props.
yeah, I did. Yeah, I've heard that. Right, I've heard
When
that.
you're poolside, a light, refreshing salad kind of sounds good. I,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay, so you grab some lunch, kind of explore the grounds down there. Oh, did you get your wristband to say you were allowed to be in the pool that day?
I did. In fact, since it was after one, they gave me both one for Wednesday and one for Thursday. So I
That's
had two
great.
bands to say, so you don't have to come back. And she's like, how many towels do you want? I said, just give me six. And well, we may make it last for 2 days because I don't have to. It had a line to get the towels. Actually, she gave us that, and then I ran up because our room was ready at that point. We changed and we went to the beach.
Smart. All
Mhm.
right. So, did you walk around or did you just lounge around on the beach?
Oh, we kind of lounged around on the beach, right?
Yeah.
Now the thing about it though, even though it was sunny, it still was kind of breezy, right? So it still had that breeze that was coming, and the water was a little cold. Of course, that time of year, the water is not warm in Hawaii, but with all the rain they were having, it still was pretty cold. So we kind of strolled in the water a little bit, got to my knees, and it's like, yeah, this is cold. I'm not cold plunging, and we got out and we just got some beach chairs right on the water, just sit down and relax.
That's lovely. And just to kind of explain this to a little bit for people, the beach at Aulani is not the long white sand beach that you experience in Florida or Hilton Head or one of those, where you could just walk and walk and walk and walk. They're actually kind of little horseshoe shaped alcoves, I guess is how to explain them. And Aulani has one, and then you can kind of go up and around and go to another one, and up and around and go to another one. So it's not kind of a vision of a long walking beach like you may have experience with in part stateside. It's a little bit different, but it's protected that way because there's actually some rocks built up, so the waves don't come and absolutely destroy you. So, what sounds like it was a wonderful day at the beach. Did you explore anything in that area while you were down on the beach side of Aulani?
No, just continually kind of just walked around I want to make sure I got a good grasp of everything where it was at Aulani. So we kind of walked back. We went to the DVC area and got our DVC gift. Thanks, Jodie B, for reminding me to do that. It's
What
funny,
did you
Stitch was in there.
get?
They gave me a print and some coasters.
Oh, nice.
So did that. Um, Stitch was in there taking pictures, but the line was closed. He had his surfboard, but the line was like way back past El Cove where you go to see him. And when I went over there, it was like, yeah, I'm sorry, the line's closed, but Stitch will be out tomorrow, walking around. I was like, oh, that's cool. So yeah, so did that. I'm a nerd, so I went to the gym, found out where that was, did all that kind of stuff, and then went back to the room after that and showered and went to Monkey Pod for dinner.
Okay, so you went. So again, if you're new to Aulani and you have not been there, there are restaurants that are on Aulani property. There's a couple of them. There's a great sushi bar that's a bar that also has really phenomenal sushi. There's a quick service. There's a pool bar. There's the fancy restaurant, and there's Maya. I can't even remember the name of it. And that's kind of another restaurant, another sit down restaurant. But across the street, there's other offerings. A lot of people love Monkey Pod. There's a Mexican restaurant. There's a couple of other things over there. And when I mean across the street, it's what, maybe a quarter of a mile walk, Lonnie. I mean,
we walked, and it was a nice night. It was breezy, so it was a quick walk.
yeah.
You come out, and you was cross the street, and you're there.
Yeah. It's so sometimes people are like, oh, I need to get groceries across the street. Should I call an Uber? I'm like, I don't think a Lyft or an Uber would take you from across the street to across the street. It's not that far. So tell me about Monkey Pod. How was your experience?
So the service was fantastic. The adult beverages were fantastic. The food, we left. I mean, we have the lobster stuffed devil eggs, the Hawaii wings, and the duck fat fries, and yeah, I just like, no, I could have ate at Aulani.
Yeah.
But one of the things with a last minute trip is, it's hard to get those reservations that usually people plan for. And Aulani did have a lot of people there. So yeah.
Well, and then I kind of felt the same way about Monkey Pod. I didn't quite get the hype of it. I thought the drinks were good. I thought the food was mediocre. But I'm glad I tried it. So now I can say that I tried it. So,
Yeah,
all
I
right.
can say I
So,
went.
after dinner, stroll on back and call it a night, or
We did actually. We kind of walked around the property a little bit more. Um, by that time, the temperature had dropped. Right, the breeze was really strong. The wind was, that is. So we kind of walked around a little bit. It's like, yeah, it's kind of chilly. It's time to go back in. So
yeah,
yeah, that was it.
yeah. We definitely had sweaters or jackets and stuff with us most night because we were there right about this time last year. It was around the end of March, beginning of April. So we were kind of now we didn't have all the rainstorms that you had, but we there were evenings that it did get chilly. So
So one disappointing thing though, that they had only the heaters on in one pool, not the lazy river and not the adult pool. So it's just the main big pool right in front of the adult hot tub. They actually had the heater on. So everybody was kind of gravitating there because the water was pretty cold.
oh yeah,
Mhm.
so it's not like Disney resorts where they heat the pool 24/7. I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, they did not. In fact, I asked a cast member, and she's like, "Yeah, they didn't turn them on today." I was like, "Okay, well."
They didn't turn them on today. Okay, that's
Mhm,
an interesting choice. But
mhm.
all right. Okay, so that's how you spent your Wednesday, day one. Again, your bonus extra day that you were not planning on. So you can't, I mean, perfect, a perfect day. So what did you do on Thursday?
Well, Thursday I had to venture off property for a while. So actually, I went to breakfast at the Eula Cafe.
I
Hopefully I'm
love it.
pronouncing it correctly, but I mean it's really good, right? So went over there, got some breakfast, and then headed off property for a few hours to go to attend a meeting. So Irie stayed in. She, texted she's going to hang out at the pool, and went out for a few hours, and I came back. She was over at the adult pool hanging out.
Smart. So the adult pool at Aulani, again, if you haven't been and you don't know where it is, it's right behind the quick service location. So it's kind of tucked back there. It actually took me a couple days to find it. So that's why I'm giving that tip because I didn't know that it existed and where it was. Um,
I wouldn't have found it if it wasn't for you. It is not easy to find.
no, it's
So
not.
yeah. Mhm.
Which I think is on purpose so those kitties can't find it.
Right, exactly. So yeah, like I said, came back, did a little work. The one good thing about it is that the time difference helped out a lot. So you wake up early to work, but at a certain time, and everybody's gone, but it's still daytime in Hawaii. So went out to the adult pool and went to hop in, and that water was cold.
Phew.
So they did not turn that on as well. But one thing was a little different this time, and this is we spoke to a couple that was right by us who actually owned Aulani, so they go a lot.
Oh,
And so yeah, so we struck up a conversation with them, and they said this is the first time someone actually was coming around from the resort, checking to make sure that people were using the chairs and weren't blocking the chairs for the day. So there's a sign that says, after 60 minutes, if you're not on a chair, you can't hold the chair. You have to at least be there for the part of 60 minutes. And somebody was coming around checking to make sure that those chairs were being used. And it's crazy because there are a lot of chairs open anyway. And she was like, the wife was like, this is the first time we've seen them checking that. And they've been doing it the
in the
last
adult
week.
pool?
At the adult pool, they were checking.
Oh. Now I can understand in the main pool. So there are many days we just didn't even bother to get a chair. We just used the
Mhm.
little cubbies to put our, flip flops and suntan lotion and stuff in, and we just
Mhm.
kind of used that and didn't try to even get a chair. And sometimes we would have a chair for our family of four. Like one person would use it, other people would go in. We kind of would rotate around. But yeah, the chair game is pretty severe at Aulani. It's
Yeah.
kind of crazy, but
Yeah,
that's
and
kind of
she's like, so I saw while we were sitting there, she came along at least twice. And that's when the lady finally said, I've never had them come check chairs over here. Because, adult pool, the thing about it is, there's the back section of the pool, there are like rows and rows of chairs. Nobody was there,
yeah.
but they wanted to make sure, I guess.
Interesting. Okay.
Mhm.
So more time at the adult pool, hanging out. What else did you guys get to do that day?
So left the adult pool. By that time, it was kind of late as well. So we decided to kind of go in. There was a show that was going on. Hawaiian dancers. They're out there. So I tried to get into the luau, but that was booked solid. But unfortunately, I guess I'm happy I didn't get it because unfortunately, the people that we met and talked to, they had went the night before, and they said the food was fantastic, but they had a lot of gnats there, and I
Oh,
don't know if it was because of all the rain that they've been getting, but
maybe.
they said they tried to. She said the food was good, but she said it was unbearable the amount of gnats and flies running around there, and I think it's purely because of the rain that's been having there.
Oh, yeah, it's got to be. We did not have that experience
Hmm.
whatsoever. So,
Yeah.
how interesting that such different experience. So now, from your view, from your room, could you see the luau?
I could not. I was actually the back end, so I couldn't see it. But of course, on our floor, there's a big opening with windows that you could sit there and kind of watch out at it if you wanted to. But we didn't watch it. I wanted to be there. If I can't be there, I don't want to watch it.
So
No,
our room also looked over at the luau. So we went to the luau one night, and then we got to just watch it a couple more nights. So that was kind of fun. So
that is fun.
yeah,
So yeah, so I think the next time I go, I'll just do all the time there at Aulani, and then I'll have enough time where I book the stuff earlier in advance so
yeah.
that I can attend some of the things and get restaurant reservations in some of the places that are, um,
And
pretty
for
good.
those of you listening, I have a cheat sheet that I made of when to book what at Aulani, what days, because it's not like Walt Disney World where everything happens at the 60-day window or the 7-day window. It's very sporadic. The luau is one day, Ama is one day. Like everything is very different. So I made this list. So if anybody wants it, feel free to reach out. I'm assuming the information is still correct. You'll have to, check that all on your own. But I'm happy to share it with anybody. You could just DM me and I'll send that to anybody who wants it. So, but
Knowing Jodie B, that information is correct. I'm
well,
sure.
it's now a year old, so it could be incorrect. So just want to throw it out there. But and I also have on it like other places that you would want to book that required reservations. There were some snorkeling places and things like that. So anyway, if anybody wants it, I'm happy to share. If you're planning to go to Aulani, so
Yeah. So
all right,
after we actually went and get an adult beverage as well, we went back to Off the Hook because we wanted to be outside and out toward the pool because the night was so pretty. So we went back over to Off the Hook, got us an adult beverage, and kind of called it a night.
nice,
Mhm.
nice.
So sit out there for a good bit. They didn't rush you. They said, take your time.
So here's an important question I didn't get to ask you.
Mhm.
Did you go in the lazy river at all or down the slide at all?
That lazy river was freezing. I don't know how kids were in there, but I guess they just have a little tough skin. But I mean, I went to walk in there and started walking in, and I was like, literally, this is probably. I asked. That's when I asked the cook cast member. I was like, are they gonna turn this thing on? And she's like, no, it didn't turn on today. And I'm like, this is madness. So no, that's another reason. So later this year, I do have to go back, and I'm thinking about, and then if Ari decides to go with me, because it's one of those things that if you want to go with your significant other.
Yeah.
Um,
And it's such a long way to go that if you're going to go, you want to have some time.
yes, so want
Yeah.
to have some time and really kind of do some things there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Any other, I mean, I just think it's amazing that you got to go last minute and got to at
That
least see
that's
the
the part that
resort.
kind of got me right, and it's funny. It changes the whole thing, right? Because as soon as we walked in, we kind of like just feel relaxed. It's that kind of place. I mean, the music they were playing, and
Mhm.
this little small thing that's kind of crazy. We walk in the room, and of course, they got the welcome on the TV. The music they were playing on there, that little beat. I actually tried to find it, but it came up with something different when I tried to look it up. But we kept it on there for a long time because it's just so relaxing. I mean, the resort is built to make you relax.
It
So
is.
anytime you walk in, and you're like, I said, this music is mellowing me out.
Yeah.
Stressful day. I don't care. I just listen to this.
Yep. Did
Mhm.
you spy any menehune when you were there?
The who's a what's up?
The menehune, the little creatures that are hidden all over the resort. I know you did because you took a picture of one.
I took a picture on yeah on yeah. I didn't know what they were called. I just remember getting there and it was like, why is he looking at me?
Yeah, they're all over the resort. They're in there. You can go try to find. They're in all sorts of places. They're really fun.
Yeah, I found a couple. And I just thought it was just one of those unique features. And like, oh wow, I didn't know what they were called, but I just was like, hey, look at that. I think I put a picture. I did put a picture on the duck page and say, hey, can you guess where I am? And
You did.
of course, our well seasoned ducks, knowledgeable ducks, knew where we were, so or where I was. But yeah, one thing I do love about it as well, it's just the character interactions. I mean, the characters roam. It kind of reminds you a little of Disneyland. So yes, you have spots where you go and they camp up and kind of take pictures and all that kind of stuff. But a lot of the characters were just kind of roaming around, and I really did enjoy that. I thought that made it right. Like I took some pictures of Daisy. She was rolling around there. She was posing. She was living her best duck life. Chip and Dale, they came around. Chip gave me a hug. I mean, it was just they were just walking around, and I love that.
Yeah. I mean, we were on the lazy river one time, and some guy above us was playing the ukulele, just sitting there strumming, while
Yeah.
we're on the lazy river. And I'm like, this is amazing. Like, I want to just stop right here and listen to him. I mean, it really is a phenomenal place. I know it's far to get there. I've realized that it's easier to pop on a plane and get wherever you may be in the country and get to land or world. It's faster. You don't have to change planes, all that good stuff. But there's something really special about going to Aulani. And I was looking through my notes when you and I were talking, but they always say it's a big H, little d, like big in Hawaii. They wanted to keep all the Hawaiian culture and all the Hawaiian, like really make sure that it represents the people of Hawaii and the island of Hawaii, but little d for Little Disney. So it's not Disney in your face. It's more Hawaii represented than Disney. But there are Disney touches, just enough. Just
Oh yeah,
enough.
just enough to let you know you're home.
Yeah.
The smell of the hotel, which was phenomenal,
Yeah.
right? So you walk in there, you walk, especially at night, that scent is magnified.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then just like even the stores, right? They have two stores there that we kind of went in and shopped. One's a little bit more fancier, but some really good things. I thought of our listener and friend Scotty G because they had some shirts there, some golf shirts. I know he probably has some. I thought to myself, Scotty G has that, but and some hats. But it's a great resort. I can't wait to go back.
Well, I really hope you get to go back and get to experience some of the other offerings. The one thing that I would suggest to anyone who goes is try to do, it's called like the art of the building or something like that. It's a tour of the actual atrium and lobby, and they kind of walk you through all the significance around it and all the artwork that's there and how it was built. It's a free tour, but it's absolutely phenomenal. I would strongly suggest trying to get that on your calendar. So, and there's an Aulani app too, by the way, just in case people don't know that. So you want to get on that app to kind of see what's happening that day.
Yeah, and it's definitely a great app. It's different, but every morning, even when you sign on to the Wi-Fi, they update the things like the character experiences, where they're going to be. So if the night before they don't see it, they'll just say characters, but you don't know. But the next morning when you get up and you sign on to the Wi-Fi or update your app, it'll just start to pop in and you'll see the individual characters, where they will be in any events, like Jodie B said. And familiarize yourself with it. It's kind of like the Navigator app on the Disney Cruise Line, right? I mean, it's you live by that Navigator app, and it's the same thing at Aulani. Just check it and see if what's going on, and there's always something going on. Things for kids, things for adults, things for families. The make your own Mickey ears, that was around all over, and there are free events and there are premium events where you pay for, but if you go there, you got to partake in those things. I tell you, the thing about it that they do a lot there, and I'm sure you saw it, was the kids walking around with the little wooden surfboards and the characters signing them. And so you had all these kids walking around with the little surfboards and all the characters. Moana, I ran into her like 800 times. She's around there, and but yeah, it was just fantastic.
Yeah. Well, I'm super excited that you got a little taste, a little sampler. Got to go, see like, oh, what's Aulani like? But enough that you are like, oh, yep, that was a great appetizer. Now I need to go.
Now we need the full, actually the full meal, and we bought in for that. So we're gonna try to book. Unfortunately, it's a 7-month window for me, but I think I'll beat a wait list and get what I really want, and I will go back next time. But I'm just happy I was able to get the 2 days I got.
I'm thrilled for you. And a little touch of Disney when you're in Hawaii, there's nothing wrong with that. So
nothing wrong with that at all.
Anything else you want to share about your trip?
No, I had fun.
I'm glad. Maybe And again, just like you said, I hope everybody in Hawaii, all the cast members and their family and everybody are safe, because it's been a little rough out there, especially on the North Shore, and I think also parts of the island of Maui have had some issues. So
Yeah,
um,
North Shore was definitely hit very hard, and
yeah,
I say Waikiki, we had isolated flooding, things of that nature. But man, the North Shore just
yeah,
really. So it rained like literally the first 3 days. When we were coming into land, and we came on the Friday, um, on of course a big plane, but when we were coming down, we got almost to the ground, and the pilot pulled up. He says, "It's too much rain, too much wind. We have to circle around and try it again." And they only try it twice. So if it didn't hit it the second time, we'd probably be diverted to another island. But he was able to land that second time, and I mean, there are things we did around the island. We went to Pearl Harbor, and uh, which is somber experience. You take the boat ride out to the memorial, and we did some other events there as well. But Hawaii, for the most part, just you just gotta love it.
absolutely. It's well
Mhm.
worth it.
Mhm.
It's a long flight, but well worth it.
Make it, yeah. It's a long flight, so just make it, make it worth it. When you go there, live into it. Let it
Yep,
become a part of you.
I agree.
Don't just go there for the touristy things. I mean, we went. Luckily, I was meeting some people there that were local to the islands, and they would bring me over to some local spots that's not on the TripAdvisor, things of that nature, to eat, and it was a great experience. So we were all over the island eating and doing different things, and it was pretty cool.
I love it. I'm so glad you got that opportunity. That's great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, welcome home from your trip. I'm glad you had a good time. I'm sure, but I'm excited that you're already planning a trip back, because I was just looking through my pictures from last year. I'm like, man, this time last year we were in Hawaii and Aulani, and that was incredible. So um, it's, in my humble opinion, everybody should give it a shot. It's pretty amazing.
You got to go at least once, and you need at least 3 days, minimum 3 days.
Oh,
To
minimum.
me,
I agree.
minimum 3 days.
I agree. All right. Well, thank you, Lonnie G, for telling us about your trip. And I guess now we're going to everybody's favorite part of the show, right?
Really? What could that be? Me leaving?
Oh, no, that's not my favorite part at all. Well, I've got one. I actually am ready. Are you shocked?
I am shocked, flabbergasted.
I know.
Mhm.
So I was thinking about our trip to Hawaii, and one of the things that island people seem to enjoy is spam. Um,
Mhm.
there's spam sushi, there's all sorts of spam. And spam is a interesting product. We'll leave it like that. But do you happen to know what spam's favorite vacation spot is?
I don't.
Hamsterdam. I know. It's just so funny. I try.
No, that's actually a good one. I wish I had a joke, but I don't. But I can tell you something that kind of happened in our home, right? So, I'm trying to upgrade our home. So I bought a smart light switch actually, but I couldn't figure out how to use it. So I had to go exchange it for a dimmer one.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Yeah, so bad, you gotta laugh.
I know. It was great. It was
Ah,
great.
thanks, Jodie B. You're the
Well,
kindest. That's why you're everybody's favorite duck.
yeah, I don't know about that. Well, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. If you have any questions about Alani, feel free to ask. Uh, Alani and Lonnie sound a lot alike. I was just realizing that. Feel free to ask Lonnie or myself, Jodie B. I'm happy to share any of my experience or notes or anything with anybody if you're interested. And like Lonnie and I said, hope you enjoyed this show. Hope you get a chance to get to Alani. Maybe not, last minute like he did. Maybe put a little planning into it. But even if you don't, who knows? You could have some surprise 2 days at Alani and have an absolutely terrific time. So I guess that's it for this evening. Lonnie, why don't you take us out?
Mahalo, everyone.
Bye bye.
I mean, look, if you had 10 people in the room, it's a 50% chance John Crawley is your dad.